Hey everyone, welcome back to That's True. We Were There, a podcast about all things true. My name is Rice, and today I'm just joined by my good friend Guy.
Oh my
Everyone
God,
else
it's
couldn't
Rice
make
Guy. It's Rice Guy.
it. Rice Guy and Guy. Unfortunately, everyone else couldn't make it today due to prior commitments and being busy and all that. So instead, you get a little special episode of a one-on-one between
Yeah,
me and Guy, Rice Guy and Guy. So you have Guy squared here.
of
This
course.
episode, we'll be talking about a wide variety of things. So we'll be talking about some random hypotheticals. We're just going to be going through them and honestly just seeing where things go. So I guess, stick around. All right. So I've got a list here, right? And it's a whole bunch of hypothetical questions list. And the first one, this one is for you, Guy. All right, so you can go first. If you were a transformer, what vehicle would you turn into?
Okay. So I mean, there are a lot of vehicles that have a lot of utility, right?
Right.
Right, like if you could transform into a car,
Hmm.
you wouldn't have to drive places, right?
Right. You could
If you
just
could transform into a fucking lawnmower,
you
doing your lawn would be easy.
just kind of be like you make the transformer noise, lawnmower. So
Yeah,
it's I'm sure other people would choose like trucks or whatever, and you're choosing a
yeah.
lawnmower because you can just walk around the lawn.
I mean, it depends on what, like, if I get a big lawn someday, a lawnmower would be preferable. For now, yeah, I don't even know because I don't really drive many places.
I don't drive many places either, but I can tell you what I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be one of those stupid slingshot things.
Oh my God, slingshots are the worst.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if it's just here or just like in places in like city places or whatever, but I'm in Arkansas currently, right? I'm in Little Rock. And whenever like we're driving on the highway or we're in the city, you know what I see a lot? I see a lot of slingshots. This freaking tricycle, motorcycle looking stupid
It's
ass
not even
thing.
a tricycle, it's a fucking backwards tricycle.
Yeah,
They got two
it's a
wheels in the
backwards
front.
tricycle. It's looking like it's looking like a little protractor or something. But yeah, it's like I see all different types of those stupid slingshot vehicles just kind of driving up and down with really loud music and just really weird customizations. Like the other day on the highway, there was this slingshot that was someone like customized it to look like Sonic, which honestly was the first and only slingshot I ever respected in my life.
I mean, people who do stupid things to cars or drive stupid looking vehicles. Like, so I work at a pool supply store, right? Right. And I mean, dude, pools like if you're getting a good pool, maybe like 30 grand. If you're getting a really good pool, it could be like upwards of 100,000. So we have a lot of customers that are pretty wealthy.
Right.
And right, you can tell when the husbands are at work making a shit ton of money and they send the stay-at-home wives to the pool supply store to pick up chemicals and shit or parts for the filters and pumps. And so one day, right, I'm uh I'm working outside,
Mhm.
maybe it's like spraying weeds or something in the parking lot, right?
Right. As one does.
And
Yeah, of course.
and this woman pulls up in a fucking bedazzled Audi.
So wait, was it completely bedazzled?
The entire exterior of it.
Okay, so there's no way that she do you think she got that bedazzling, custom? She went to
Yeah, no,
like
her husband, or had to have been her husband.
she
Like
must have
mother.
went to an auto shop and you're like, yeah, bedazzle
Yeah,
my car, bedazzle this Audi.
like I'm just saying, right? right? If you're driving around in a bedazzled Audi at like fucking 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you don't have a job. As simple as that.
And
You
I
have
will
a
say,
spouse who makes all the money.
any accident a bedazzled Audi gets into isn't an accident. I'm pretty sure it's some
Oh
form of
yeah,
vigilante justice by some drivers on the road. Trying to get rid of it.
yeah,
And freaking speaking of vigilante justice, right? Something else I've been seeing quite a lot of. So you know the Kia Souls, right?
yes. Fucking hamster commercial.
Yeah, yeah, the freaking Kia Souls and the hamster commercials. Since then, right? I'm convinced that Kia Souls shouldn't be allowed on the road. If I don't see a hamster behind that damn wheel, then it doesn't belong. It doesn't need to drive. But an odd coincidence I've been seeing a lot of a lot of fender benders, like a lot of like minor like accidents with Kia Souls recently, and they would just kind of be over on the side of the road or or being towed away. And I don't know what it is. Like there's a lot of slingshots around here, and for some reason, a lot of Kia Souls being like damaged. In my mind, I'm convinced that people just kind of they're driving normally and they see a Kia Soul and all of a sudden they go into hamster mode. You know what I mean? They start they freaking crank up the hamster dance, right? And they're going after that Kia Soul and they're driving that off the road. Every time I see a Kia Soul, I'm like, yeah, vigilante justice. It's time to take out. It's time to take out a. It's time to take out a Kia Soul.
Oh my god, dude, Kia Souls are nice looking cars though.
They are.
They're the ones that like, oh shit, I need to look it up on Google now. They're the ones that look like squares, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're like they're like the Lego cars. They look like
Oh
squares.
my god, yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
I don't know how whoever came up with like the little marketing thing for the freaking hamsters in the Kia Soul and
Ah,
continued to do it.
that's a soccer mom car. And no one weaves in and out of lanes without turn signals quite like a soccer mom 5 minutes late to practice.
Oh yeah, for sure. Listen. That's how you know. It's either a soccer mom late to practice or a soccer mom who forgot the orange slices and the end of the game is gradually approaching. Because I don't know. Listen, have you ever seen a Kia Soul speeding down a highway like faster than every other car?
Yeah,
That's how you know. That's how you know. It's a soccer mom. She's
dude,
gone.
I don't get like Kia drivers, right? Because like generally when you're seeing some like absolute dumbassery on the road, it's it's a BMW or it's an Audi or it's a Mercedes or it's a
Yeah.
Lexus.
Yeah, it's
But
people
like
with like
but
them,
like
the nice
Kia,
cars.
yeah, people with the really expensive ones. But like Kias don't really fit in there.
It's like pulling up to one of those drag races, right? You look down the line, right? You see a BMW, right? And you see a Mercedes, you see a Lamborghini, you see all these cars, right? And then there's just like a Kia Soul, just kind of lined up right there, just ready to go. I don't know why, but that image does not sit right with me.
Yeah. And if it's not soccer moms, I don't know why, but I feel like the Kia Soul is like a mid 20s to late 20s girl car.
Yeah, because I can't really think of
I
any
don't know.
reason why someone would get a Kia Soul. Like you're picking out cars and you just kind of pick a Kia Soul for
I don't,
whatever
yeah.
reason.
I mean, I guess not necessarily a girl car, but it's a car that someone who doesn't know shit about cars gets. I mean, I don't know anything about cars, but I wouldn't get it. I'm going with Subaru. Subaru forever.
Subaru. I'm more of a Honda Civic type of guy.
Oh yeah, dude,
I'm a
those
Honda
things.
Civic 2008, sir. It's been in my family for generations, passed
Honda
down.
Civic drivers.
I find that maroon is a very common color for Honda Civic 2008 models, which is why it's very easy for me to point out just a very particular. Like I'm not good with cars, right? Jazz is the one that's good with cars. He's Mr.
Yeah,
Carman over here.
yeah,
But my unique talent spans to look a Honda Civic Maroon 2008, and that's it.
yeah. You know what? For me, it was Toyota Matrix because that was my first car. But after all the Family Guy I watched, dude, the fucking Priuses stand out so much.
Is it freaking? I freaking hate you. Is it because of O'Brien?
Like they even like put the Toyota logo on the steering wheel in the car. Like they really made sure you know it's a Prius. On
Yeah,
top of making fun of Brian for driving a Prius.
yeah, I drive a Prius. I'm just doing my part
Oh
to
my
save the
God.
world.
And you know what? I didn't know what a Prius looked like before watching Family Guy. I only know what they look like because of Family Guy.
Yeah,
And I
that
can't
says a lot.
unsee it.
That says a lot. But
Yeah,
anyways, let's wrap up this question.
yeah,
We're talking about cars, whatever, transformers,
yeah.
I guess. You know what? Okay, so what is it? Vehicles? What vehicles? If it wasn't a vehicle, I'd turn into a blender. But it's a vehicle. So you know what? You know what I'd pick? You know what I'd pick?
What?
I'd pick a blender, but it has an RC car. So I'd be a driving blender. Now
Yeah,
here we are. Here we are. I'll explain why, right? Listen, now Transformers, right? You're supposed to blend in, right? You're supposed to be
yeah.
inconspicuous. You're
Oh,
supposed to be cool.
blenders blend in. I get it.
Yeah, that's right. Blenders, like it's simultaneous, right? Not only do blenders blend in, right? But what intimidates you more, right? A random car just kind of approaching you slowly on the street, or you turn around to hear two noises: the noise of an RC car and the noise of a really old blender. And you turn around and you see a blender on an RC car heading straight at you. Now, see, that's the type of fear, that's the type of respect that I want to inspire.
You know what? I changed my answer, dude. A drone.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
a
I
drone.
mean,
Yeah, because
drones are so common. You could just fly around the sky doing surveillance and shit,
that's
and people
true.
would think, oh, it's just Amazon.
It's just Amazon being a drone or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
like back when the Transformer movies were going on, like their idea of drone was, pew pew, missile strike, yay, that sort of thing.
yeah. We still have those. We just don't operate them on our side of the world.
Yeah, but all right,
It's not funny.
let's move on. Let's move on from this one. Okay, let's see. Uh, oh, okay. If okay, if extra lives were a thing in the real world, how would you get them?
Oh, bro, I know you skipped one.
Yeah, I skipped that one because I didn't want to. No, no, no. That one's a ding. That one's a landmine. That one's a landmine. I don't
No,
trust
no,
either of
no,
us to stay on the straight and
no,
narrow
no,
answering that
no.
question.
Do it. I already have my answer for it.
All right, freaking fine. Bet. All right. What laws would you abolish if you could? What laws would you create? All right, you go. Don't get canceled. Go.
Fuck gravity. Oh, my homies hate gravity.
Yeah.
Abolish
What
gravity.
laws would you abolish? Yeah. Law of physics. All
Fuck you,
right.
Isaac
So
Newton
what?
in particular.
All right. So then, what laws would you create?
I would do some scuffed version of gravity. I need to think it over more, but I would create a very scuffed version of gravity
Kind of like not
that
like the
that works
brand
like,
name version of Gravity, just like
yeah, like the Kirkland gravity.
oh. Kirkland Gravity. For me, let's see. With regards to laws that I would abolish, you hit a nail on the head with abolishing the law of gravity. Hmm.
Yeah.
I. Mhm. Mhm. You know, hold on. I'm gonna look up laws. I'm gonna look up laws right now.
Yeah, let's abolish Law and Order. SVU.
What are you talking about? Wait, you know that show is still going on?
Yeah. Bro, Ice-T is a legend. I
Ice-
love Ice-T.
Have you seen Ice-T's daughter? Have you seen the whole thing about Ice-T's daughter looking exactly like Ice-T current year?
No.
Look at
No.
it. Look it up right now. Ice-T's daughter looks exactly like Ice-T. Not when Ice-T was younger, just Ice-T now.
What?
Yeah, okay. Why Ice-T, right? Ice-T.
I mean, she's definitely got those cheeks and that jawline.
Yeah, she looks like Ice-T.
Her eyebrows are different, but I mean,
I mean, it's
obviously
only
she
to
drew
be.
them on.
Hold on. Like here, I'm gonna you're looking at the same picture I'm looking at, right? Let me just pop this over to you on Discord just to
I
make
mean, it's
sure.
probably that red carpet picture that shows up like 20 times if you type in Ice-T daughter.
Yeah. But let's see. I honestly don't know what law I should abolish or would abolish, but I know what law I would create. You know what law that would be?
What?
Honestly, it would be a law. Oh man, you know what? I was gonna say a law to try and disobey a different law, just to see kind of what moral quandaries kind of come out of that.
Oh, like the 20th and like what 22nd amendments?
What are the
Or it's
20th and
like
22nd amendments?
if I'm remembering correctly, 20th was the one banning all alcohol, and the 22nd was the one that says don't listen to the 20th.
But yeah, like that. Obeying the law inherently means you're obeying one of the two. But if one tells you to cancel out the other, and the other one tells you to keep on going, then which law are you gonna obey first? I know in the whole prohibition.
Oh wait, nope. That's the 20th was 20th was moving inauguration to January 20th. Shit,
Oh.
it's 21st and 23rd maybe.
Huh. Okay.
Yep,
Fair enough.
21st was. No, it was the 18th and 21st. I was close enough.
Close. Yeah. So that means they passed like 3 amendments in between that time.
And one of them was giving women the right to vote. Don't forget that.
Never forget. When everyone's sobered up, that's when they gave women the right to vote.
Yeah.
They immediately reinstated, yeah, we can drink again. All right. Let's move on to the next hypothetical question. All right. So, spoiled it a little bit before, but if extra lives were a thing in the real world, how would you get them?
Huh. I mean, right? I'm thinking like in Mario, you get extra lives by getting like enough gold coins. But if you got extra lives through money, then there wouldn't be enough firepower in the world to murder Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos and his penis-shaped rocket.
Unless we like fucking shot him down when he was in space, and then he would go off JoJo Part 2 style.
Everyone would have a funeral
So-
for Jeff Bezos, and he just kind of show up to his own funeral and be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?"
I was talking about cars.
Oh, freaking cars!
But I mean, so that's why we can't have money being lives.
No. It's got to be something like hard to like obtain, right? Because like extra lives, obviously they're like something sought after, right? So
Yeah.
it would make sense if you were to like make it something really difficult to do. But if you manage to do it, you would get an extra life.
Yeah.
So like that's my reasoning over here. Wait, I mean,
Maybe it has to be like a personal challenge, like something that's insanely difficult for you personally. Because like
maybe overcoming fear.
Yeah. I mean, like right, everything's different for different people.
Right.
Like if you asked me to bench press 500 pounds, I can't pull that shit off. If you asked Brian Shaw to do it, he could do it.
Right.
Yeah. So like maybe if you're a CrossFitter, you would get your extra life by doing a pull up the right way.
Like I could easily go into like a joke one, and honestly my
Yeah,
joke one was gonna be it was just gonna be like slap the ass of a person you respect the most. Every time you slap an ass of a person that you respect the most,
yeah.
you
I
get an
mean,
extra life.
yeah, vegans would get an extra life every time they went a day without telling someone they're vegan.
But I actually started thinking more into it, and okay, so think about it. So life, right? So you've got one life, and what really gives meaning to it is that it has an end, right? But
Yes.
if you could easily get like extra lives, multiple lives, right? It wouldn't really matter. So you kind of lose meaning in life.
Mm-hmm.
So it stands to reason that the only way to get an extra life would be to do something that gives more meaning to your life now. So, and if you were to
Yeah.
do that, you would get an extra life. If you get what I'm saying. Like
Maybe understanding the meaning of life is how you would get an extra life.
it's like one of those freaking that reminds me of like a carnival game of just knocking down something when in reality it's just glued up.
Yeah.
Little paradox there, but yeah, no, that's one. That's also one. But I was more thinking like, maybe overcoming the fear. Like, I mean, that's sure that's nice and all, but that's not like super monumental to be rewarded with like an extra life. Maybe you know what? I've got it. This is a more serious answer as opposed to like a joke answer. But uh, what about like saving someone else's life or
Yeah.
making a big difference in someone else's life or making an impact? I
A
think I would
good
say make
impact.
it
Yeah.
make an impact, because if you were to say save someone's life, like it would immediately go to people would immediately resort to like schemes where someone puts someone else's life in danger, and then the other person saves them just to farm for extra lives.
Kind of like that. What was it? That one thing in Better Call Saul in season one or something. When shit, I only watched season one, and that was when it was new.
I've
But
never
he
watched Better Call Saul, but I'll take
but
your
he
word on
wanted
it.
publicity. He wanted publicity for his law firm, so
Mm.
he had someone get up on a big ass billboard and then pretend like they were stuck so he could save them.
Wait, Better Call Saul is like a spinoff from Breaking Bad,
Prequel.
right? Like, yeah.
It's a prequel that
Oh, it's a
follows
prequel.
how he became Saul Goodman.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I recently started seeing stuff about it again because of those YouTube videos about the Sigma grind set.
I've been seeing stuff about Better Call Saul because of the whole Bob Odenkirk going to
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
hospital
too.
thing. But also, yeah, Sigma grind set, which has become way more prevalent nowadays for, some reason. They're more memey now. But I remember, what is it? A freaking year ago, right? Sometimes those videos of like of becoming what a Sigma male is and how to become a Sigma male were recommended to me sometimes. And once I clicked on it, right? And I watched the entire 20 minutes because I was curious. Like, what is the Sigma male? How do I become a Sigma male? And it was the stupidest thing because, it had pictures of Keanu Reeves and some, I don't know, other people that I don't recognize. And the whole thing was just talking about, yeah, these people are Sigma males. In order to be a Sigma male, you got to do all these things that a Sigma male does. And these things are Sigma because they're not alpha or beta. So it was really stupid. But now I really like the Sigma grind set videos.
Yeah, and you have the videos where it's like always kill beta cucks, and it's Christian Bale and American Psycho killing that one guy in the alley and stomping his dog to death.
Yeah, that's right. Sigma male grind set.
Or Christian Bale fucking axing Jared Leto in the face. Like Huey Lewis in the news.
But huh, I haven't watched American Psycho in such a long time. The last time I remembered American Psycho was when you were watching it.
Yeah, great
Like,
movie.
yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Like, sometimes you kind of you remember Christian Bale for like the Batman and stuff, and you forget entirely about American Psycho Christian Bale and the whole business card scene.
You know what the world needs to never forget?
What?
That one fucking time Christian Bale was in Much Ado About Nothing, and for whatever reason, all the characters had bicycles.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. I gotta look this up.
Right. It was either Much Ado About Nothing or A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Okay, all right.
It was one of the two.
Christian Bale movie bicycles. Hold on.
It was Midsummer.
Oh, it was Midsummer, but everyone
It
was
was
just on a
Midsummer.
bicycle.
1999. They all had bikes. It was fucking weird.
Wait, nothing else was different. They just all had bikes.
Yep. It's like that one. What was it? 1996. The Romeo and Juliet with Leo DiCaprio in it, and like it takes place in the fucking 90s Venice Beach.
Oh,
But for whatever reason, they're all still speaking like it's the Elizabethan era. Like all the dialogue is the same thing as it was in Shakespeare, but they're just living in modern times and they have guns and cars and shit.
and they're being like,
To
I
deal with
challenge
that.
thee to a duel. I bite my thumb at thee. You know, meeting Shakespeare introduced a whole new world of really stupid insults to me. Like, you know, the famous I bite my thumb at you.
Young fry of treachery.
That's a good
What, you egg?
now that what, you egg? Now see, that's the real genius here. Not Macbeth, not Romeo and Juliet. It's what, you egg.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What, you egg, young fry of treachery. Then he stabs him. Honestly, imagine being offed by a dude. Imagine being a kid and being offed by a dude that says "what, you egg," and freaking killing you, and that's the last thing you hear before you just die. Would you be? Would
Little
you be?
McDuck didn't earn it.
He didn't turn it. Would you be amused at this or saddened that these are the last words you would ever hear?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'd be dead.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see what else there is. Oh yeah. All right, we can move. You want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This is an interesting one. All right, if you were food, what food would you be?
Man, I hate to tell you this, but like,
No.
if you're brave enough, we're already food.
Wait, what? Repeat that?
If you're brave enough, we're already food.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough, I guess.
But like a serious answer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you want to be a food that is going to be eaten, or do you want to be a food that, well, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, yeah, you're right.
Is
'Cause
it
if
like
you were still a
what if you were
human,
a food with your consciousness, like if you were a sentient food
Mhm.
with the capability of thought that you have right now and the
Mhm.
capability of feeling,
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't want to be eaten. But if the
Correct,
question's
yeah.
asking what food best aligns with your personality, I don't know.
Honestly, it's open. You know, we could interpret it in many different ways. We could go for different interpretations too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. When you said "hear me out," I really thought you were gonna say pickle. I really thought you said you were gonna be a pickle.
What about a cucumber and brine?
For all our listeners, the cucumber and brine is a joke that me and Guy share because here's a little backstory to this. So we're at our university's food pantry, right? You know, it's a little food shop or whatever, you know, for students where people donate things, right? And we were going along the aisles. There's some canned goods, right? I'm looking around. I don't, you know, and then we both kind of lock eyes, you know, kiss a little bit, and then we go ahead and we no, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, we both stumble across a can of what's called cucumbers in brine. Now, we're simple men. We're nice simple men. So we're not entirely sure what cucumbers in brine is. We both assume, yeah, these are pickles, right? And I'm like, yeah, because pickles are cucumbers in brine. That's what a pickle is. Well, and so we're like, you know what? Let's just get it. So we go ahead. We get the cucumbers in brine. We bring that back to our apartment, and we crack that open with the can opener, right? We pull out a pickle. We pull out what seems to be a pickle. It looks like a pickle. It smells like a pickle. It feels like a pickle. All those great things a pickle is. So we both try. Fair enough. It's just a saltier pickle. A cucumber and brine is just a pickle, but a little saltier because it's in brine. So there it is. Just cucumbers and cucumbers and brine. You know, that sounded a lot better in my head. I'm gonna be honest. That ended up being less satisfying to end that off with than I thought it would be.
Hey, I'm Cucumber and Brine Rick.
I'm cucumbers and brine Rick. I'm cucumber and brine Rick.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
The funniest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, honestly, at the time, that was the funniest thing to me and Guy. Like we opened it, we ate it, and we just thought it was really funny for some odd reason. I still can't identify what that reason was, anyways.
Oh, God. And then you bite into it, and a bunch of water shoots out.
Yeah. It's freaking. It's a wet, moist, juicy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And freaking when our other roommate, like what is it? Either when he got back or when he got out of his room, we were still talking about cucumbers and brine and trying to tell if there was any difference between that and pickles. And we were talking a lot about that. And he comes in or forget it, and he asks us what we're talking about, right? And we're just like, yeah, we kind of look over all serious and all that, and we're like, yeah, we're talking about cucumbers and brine. And he's like, aren't those just pickles? He's like, no, I'm not. I don't know if they're pickles. So like, see, that's what we're talking about. He never did try the cucumbers and brine.
Shame.
It was a shame. We honestly we ate it all. I don't know why we did that either. They weren't even that good. But anyways, tangents aside, back to that question that we were talking about. Guy, if you were food, what food would you be?
I don't know. I think if it'd be a food that represents my personality best, I would say like really it would have to be a nice and balanced meal. I mean, it's not a question, but it'd have to be something. Yeah, I'd be a fucking omelet man. Like, dude, I'd be an omelet with like ham and broccoli and Swiss and shit on it.
You just be a whole omelet, huh?
I would be an entire omelet.
Just an entire
Like,
omelet.
I mean, I feel like an omelet's balanced, right? Omelets, I mean, how you're feeling is what you put into your omelet.
It's
If
true.
you're feeling like a little extra veggie that day, you throw some spinach, broccoli, maybe some peppers, some onions. If you're feeling a little meatier, some pepperoni, some ham, some shredded beef, some chicken, or maybe if you just want cheese, you just throw a shit ton of Swiss on there, or maybe you want everything. And I feel like people are inherently the same way, right? If you're feeling a little angrier or more aggressive, you're gonna behave that way. And I feel like omelets just represent the personality very well.
That's true.
Then you have all the different ways to fold them. And yeah, that's my answer.
What if I serve, I have an idea now. What if I served you an omelet that just kind of folded like a shirt? It just looks like a folded shirt. How do you feel
Honestly,
about that?
true. If you successfully made an omelet in the shape of a folded shirt, I'd be impressed.
But yeah, I guess you're right. Omelets are very customizable. They're like, yeah, you could. What is it? What's the definition of an omelet? It's just something in between eggs that's been folded.
Yeah. Hell, you don't
So-
even have to have anything in that. You
It's true.
can
You could
just
have an
fold
egg
up some
omelet.
eggs. Yeah.
If you're feeling particularly in a crunchy mood that day, You know,
Yeah.
you use
You
the eggs
just
to make the omelet. You put the shells in, you get a little crunch. You know.
you just make some sunny side up eggs in an omelet.
Hon- that's actually not a bad idea. I don't know if you could you, I'm sure you know what I actually think you could manage that. Because
But
you have two pans, right? And you're cooking a
yeah,
sunny side
no,
egg in one.
we're going to do it.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, this is you know what? We're gonna try this. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put a sunny side egg in one side and the omelet. And right when we're about to fold up the omelet, we put in the sunny side egg and bam, we've got an omelet with sunny side surprise inside.
Yeah, then we could do it with over easy. We could do it with hard boiled. You know, you could just be like a total dickhead and do it with scrambled eggs.
But honestly, imagine cutting into an omelet and just finding scrambled eggs just pouring out like a cornucopia. I'd respect the person that made it. I'd also feel sad and angry at the same time.
That's gonna be your first breakfast when you get back to campus.
Oh, but okay. Let's see. You know what? I think we're almost finishing up soon. I'm not entirely sure. But let's see. With regards to food, food that I would be, since you brought up such a wonderful idea of being an omelet, I got to think because originally I was thinking about okay, a food, but I was thinking more into the ingredients list, that sort of thing. I was thinking, I could become. I was thinking about being a. One of my thoughts was gingerbread man because I was thinking like, oh, logically, right? Because like if I'm still a human, I want those appendages and whatnot, and but also at the same time, I was also thinking about Shrek, so that was on my mind. But considering that, I honestly think I would embody myself as. I honestly embody myself as rice, as cliche as that sounds, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Right? So rice, rice is plural, right? I'm not talking rice grain. I'm talking rice, and rice.
Yeah.
You don't know how much. You don't know the quantity, right? You don't know the amount. I could easily embody myself as not just a large amount of rice, but all the rice in the world. I'd have the shared consciousness. I'd have a hive mind, guy. I'd have incredible power, and if I'd be able to move my little rice appendages around, boom, Sandman from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, a million ants from that one Rick and Morty episode.
Oh yeah, I'd be the rice guy.
God.
But yeah, that's honestly, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But yeah, that's my final answer. Sure. What is rice? Ding ding ding. Double Jeopardy. But
Yes.
I think this will probably be our last topic for tonight. I think I didn't set a timer, but I think our time is running down a little bit.
Yeah.
We might have started. We started. Okay, yeah, I know when we started. So, all right. So let's see. I'm not gonna pick the next one on the list. I'm just gonna scroll down. I'm gonna pick this interesting one. Let's see. Okay, here's one. What cartoon world do you wish you could live in for a week?
Oh, I know why you asked that.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Okay, but
go
like
for it.
honestly, dude, please just like seriously tell me it wouldn't be incredible to make a joke and then you have an entire cutaway that makes the joke visual for you.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. But would you even be conscious of that cutaway, or would you just make a
Yes.
joke where no one laughs? Okay, so you'll be conscious of the cutaway.
No, yeah, they've mentioned that,
That's
or
true.
they've shown that the characters know what the cutaways are.
Yeah, and in case no one
Like
caught on to what he was saying, he obviously meant Family Guy, and that was exactly the answer that I was expecting out of him. I expected nothing more, nothing less.
Dude, regular show would be cool though, but because like all the whack shit that happens.
Whoa!
But then like, I mean, if you want all that whack shit and you don't want to live with anthropomorphic animals, and other things. You could just pick Close Enough.
Honestly, yeah. Close Enough is a good show.
It is.
That gave me that gave me a flashback when you talk about what is it? The regular show. To when none of us intended to watch the regular show, but you were just kind of watching it. And then we eventually all of
Yeah.
us just happened to tag along and watch what is it, a good 75% of the show.
Yeah.
And just for
Always
context,
on
he
the
was watching this
grind.
on the couch. And whenever someone would stop by, regular show is a good show. So might as well
It
sit down on the
is.
couch and watch whatever it is. And it's not like it's sequential or anything, so you can just sit down and watch.
There's
I mean,
so many good
sometimes.
episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the shows that I've only watched 75% of, but I feel like I've watched the whole thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But for me,
Oh.
for like a cartoon world that I could a cartoon world that I could live in would probably be a freaking Garfield. And I'm not talking Garfield comic strip. I'm not talking only Garfield 1990s cartoon. I'm talking about the weird CGI Garfield cartoon that's currently going on right now. You know what I'm talking
Wait,
about?
what? No, I don't.
Look it up. Freaking look it
What?
up. It was on
What?
Netflix once, and I watched a couple episodes, and it was the oddest thing. It was the strangest thing. What is it? Okay, Garfield show, right? Right. Let me look that up.
Oh,
Yeah,
the Garfield show.
it's the Garfield show.
Oh my God! What? What? No.
it's it's kind of entertaining, but it's also the stupidest thing. And my reason for it is I really just the world I want to live in is a world where I can wake up on Mondays and I can look inside the Arbuckle household and I can see Garfield say, "Man, I hate Monday." Eat his lasagna like a good little cat.
God. Remember
But
the
also,
Garfield movie where Bill Murray was
like the Tale
Garfield?
of Two Kitties. Wait, hold on. What did you say?
Yeah.
Did
Dude,
you
Bill
say?
Murray
Did you
was
say?
Garfield.
Did you say the Garfield movie where he was Garfield?
Bill Murray was Garfield.
Wait, Bill Murray was Garfield?
Bill Murray was Garfield.
Holy crap! Bill Murray was Garfield.
I love this man.
Holy moly!
We don't deserve Bill Murray. He's too good.
Bill Murray was Garfield. That makes Bill Murray one of the greatest of all time. That's finally cemented it for me. It's right up there with Nicolas Cage. Because,
Yeah.
like you looking at the voice acting roles and then finding a recognizable person there is one of the most jarring things. Like the Croods. You remember the Croods? You ever watch the Croods?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, the
No.
Croods has Nicolas Cage, Emma Stone, and freaking Ryan Reynolds. I honestly I didn't think the Croods was that big of a movie either. It was an all right movie, but like if you saw the premise of it, it's kind of like it's the Croods, cavemen, big strong, ooga ooga, that sort of. But Nicolas Cage, and in any voice acting role, honestly, is a treat to watch because each time he's still Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage in this situation. It's not like, oh yeah, he's a caveman. It's if you put Nicolas Cage in caveman times in an animated movie, right? Completely aware he's a caveman in caveman times in an animated movie with a simulated family. That's what it is. That's how Nicolas Cage acts. Which, is the charm and the wonderful feeling of watching a Nicolas Cage movie and wondering if you're asleep or if you're awake. But anyways, I think that is almost time for today.
Yeah.
With regards to our podcast. It was a little rough, sure. But then again, it was just some nice one-on-one time between me and Guy over here. One of your special, specific episodes. Maybe in the future we'll have some, more niche topics to talk about.
Yeah, like those. It's like the Stewie and Brian Family Guy episodes.
Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. before we close out, I want to know which one you think you are. Are you Stewie or are you Brian?
God, I don't know. I mean, they're both cringe. Brian's significantly more cringe. It's kind of, I love Seth MacFarlane, but it's really weird that his write-in is a dog that has sex with people.
Yeah, you know, she's a Family Guy.
Stewie, Stewie's he's a funny character, but I liked him in the earlier seasons. You know, I don't know. So I would say neither.
All right,
Because
lose-lose
neither of them are as
situation
good
it
as they
is.
used to be.
The Family Guy admits it's a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, it really is. If you're not Peter, then you're not worth it.
All right. Okay. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for listening. Next time, hopefully, we have some more people. We have some more of the crew back, or maybe we have the full crew, and we can do one of those topics that we wanted to do. Something that kind of delves, personal and deeper. And next time we'll probably come with some better topics as opposed to rummaging around in the Jenga pile. But stay tuned for the next episode. Next episode, you should probably see some changes. I'm working on making a little background, it's a little animated background for all of our YouTube videos. So stick around, and thank you for listening to this.
Goodbye, podcast.
Goodbye. That's right. Goodbye, podcast world. That's the end of that. Anyways, that's a wrap on that topic for now. Thank you to all our listeners out there for joining us on this conversation. If you want us to talk about this topic some more, or if you have suggestions for future topics, be sure to leave a comment down below or email us at our email address. Be sure to tune in for our upcoming podcasts, or maybe go back and give some of our old ones a listen. Until next time, this has been the That's True, We Were There podcast. And remember, it's true, you were here.